What if saving your first $10,000 is the moment your life quietly shifts from surviving to truly taking control of your future? For a lot of people, $10,000 feels impossible. Bills, rent, groceries, gas, unexpected car repairs, all of it makes saving feel like a losing battle. But if you've managed to stack that amount or you're fighting to get there, what you are really doing is proving something powerful about yourself. You've proven you can be disciplined. You can delay gratification. You can say no to things now so you can say yes to better things later. And that changes everything. If you want more people to experience that kind of peace and control, please like this video so it reaches them too. Because here's the truth. $10,000 is not just money in a bank account. It is a mindset shift. It is the moment you realize you are not stuck. When you have nothing saved, life feels like it is happening to you. One flat tire, one emergency room visit, one lost job, and everything falls apart. You feel like you are constantly one mistake away from disaster. But when you finally save $10,000, that anxiety starts to fade. You gain breathing room. You gain time to think instead of panic. You gain control. The first big change is peace. Not total peace where all your problems disappear, but a different kind of calm that most people never get to feel. Your car breaks down and you can fix it without borrowing money. You lose a job and you have time to find another one without feeling desperate. You see an emergency, and for the first time, your first thought is not, how am I going to pay for this? That feeling is priceless. No one sees it from the outside, but you feel it inside every day. The second change is identity. You start to see yourself differently. You no longer feel like someone who is always behind. You become someone who is capable of building, someone who makes decisions for the future, not just for the moment. And this change matters because money is more about behavior than math. If you do not believe you are capable of being financially stable, you will never get there. Saving $10,000 proves to your own mind that you are capable. Then comes the most exciting shift. Options. You are not rich yet, but you now have choices that most people do not. You can leave a job that drains you emotionally. You can take a weekend off without guilt. You can invest in a course, a certification, a tool or skill that helps you earn more. You can move to a better place. You are not stuck anymore. And when life gives you options instead of pressure, everything starts to feel different. But this is also where you face one of the biggest tests. Because after saving your first $10,000, you will be tempted. You will want to reward yourself. A nicer car, better clothes, a trip, something you feel you have earned. And while there is nothing wrong with enjoying your life, this is where most people lose momentum. They celebrate too early and spend the money that was meant to set them free. Then they end up right back where they started, except now with more regret. Saving the money is not the finish line. It is the starting line. It is the foundation for everything that comes next. So what should you do once you reach it? First, make sure a portion of it is in a real emergency fund, not in stocks, not in crypto, not in something that can drop in value overnight. It needs to be somewhere safe, like a high-yield savings account. This is not about making money grow yet. This is about protecting yourself from going backwards. Next, take a look at any high-interest debt you have, because saving $10,000 while paying 20% interest on credit cards is like standing in a leaking boat and pouring water out with a cup. If you have debt with high interest rates, consider using part of your savings to pay it down. Every dollar of debt you remove is a guaranteed return on your money. It makes your future savings grow faster. But if your debt is low interest or already under control, now your $10,000 becomes something more powerful. Not just protection, but potential. Potential to grow. Potential to invest. Potential to create something new in your life. This is where your mindset begins to separate you from the majority of people. Because most people reach a little bit of savings, feel comfortable for the first time, and then slowly drift back into old habits. But you are different. You now understand that $10,000 is not meant to be spent. It is meant to be used. There is a difference. Spending makes it disappear. Using it makes it multiply. So how do you use it wisely? You start by thinking in terms of systems, not just money. Your first $10,000 should not only exist in a bank account, it should also teach you discipline. You set up automatic transfers to savings or investments. You track your expenses so you do not slip backward. You continue to live on less than you earn, even though you could afford a little more. This is what builds wealth quietly in the background while everyone else is chasing comfort. The next transformation is how you see opportunity. Before you had savings, opportunity felt like risk. Someone could offer you a new job, a business partnership, a chance to move to a better city, and your first thought might be, I cannot afford to take that chance. But now with savings, your mindset shifts. You can take a calculated risk because you have a safety net. A business idea does not feel impossible. Investing does not feel like gambling. You start to see the world differently, less like a series of obstacles, more like a field of options. This is also when you should decide your next move based on who you are and who you want to become. There is no one correct path after $10,000. Some people want stability. They want a simple life, a good home, a strong retirement fund, and time with their family. Others want to move faster. They want to build something big. They want financial freedom early, to travel, to start businesses, and to take control of their time while they are still young. The amazing part is this. Saving your first 10,000 gives you the power to choose either path. If you want the stable and traditional route, your next steps could look like this. Keep building your emergency fund until you can cover 3 to 6 months of expenses. Take advantage of retirement accounts like a Roth IRA or 401k, especially if your employer offers a match. Continue to invest a portion of your income into low-cost index funds because time in the market is one of the strongest tools you have. If you do this consistently, you will be financially secure, even if your income is average. But if your heart is pushing you towards something faster and more entrepreneurial, your next move might be different. You still protect yourself with savings. You still keep living below your means, but now your focus shifts to increasing income. Because the fastest way from $10,000 to $50,000 is not extreme budgeting. It is earning more. You can use a portion of your savings to learn a high-value skill like sales, editing, content creation, copywriting, real estate, social media management, or digital marketing. You can use it to buy equipment or tools for a service business. You can test your first product or launch a faceless YouTube channel. Your $10,000 becomes the first brick in something bigger. But no matter which path you choose, the most important thing is this. You cannot let your savings drop back to zero. Make a rule for yourself. From this point on, your account never falls below this line again. This is your new foundation, your new normal, your proof that you are no longer living paycheck to paycheck. And yes, there will be moments you feel left out. Friends might upgrade their lives while you stay steady. They might buy new cars, go on expensive trips, rent luxury apartments. They might not understand why you are more focused on investments and savings than appearances. But one day, when they are still paying off credit cards and stressing about bills, you will be calm. You will be in control because you chose discipline when it mattered. Saving $10,000 is not glamorous. It is quiet. It is built on nights at home, side jobs, saying no to things you want, learning patience, holding a bigger vision in your mind than the one in your hands. But it makes you stronger. It turns you into someone who can handle more responsibility, more opportunity, more success. And here is the part no one expects. Once you save your first $10,000, money stops being the goal. You start to realize it was never about the money at all. It was about control, about peace, about knowing that if something goes wrong, you will be okay. It was about proving to yourself that you are capable of creating stability, even in a world that feels unstable. This changes you. You stop chasing things just to feel better for a moment. You start building things that make your life better forever. You begin to look at money as a tool, not a reward. A tool that buys you time with the people you love. A tool that lets you choose how you spend your days. A tool that allows you to think about your future without fear. But never forget this. Saving $10,000 is not the top of the mountain. It is the first ledge. The place where you finally get a grip, catch your breath, and decide how high you want to climb. You can stay there if you want, or you can keep going. 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. A business, a rental property, investments that pay you while you sleep. The path is yours now. One day you will look back on this moment, not when you become a millionaire, but right now, when you decided to save, when you proved to yourself you could change, when you could have spent the money but you did not, because this is the moment that separates the life you were given from the life you chose. So if you are on your way to your first 10,000, keep going. If you have already hit it, build on it. Do not lose it. Do not go backwards. Let it be the lowest amount you ever allow yourself to sit at again. Let it be the start of something bigger than just a number in your bank account. And if this helped you, if you want more people to experience this kind of financial peace and control, like this video, subscribe, and let me know in the comments where you are in your journey. I just want to see more people succeed and achieve financial freedom. So this content is for educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice.